Nah, if you do that, I'll pen slap you. Surprise, y'all. Welcome to the first ever episode of Fun2Mental Podcast.
Yes.
I'm your host, and this is the co-host, of course, is my beautiful wife. And she's wearing green stuff to match the wall now.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Yes.
I be. But let's get straight to the topic today.
Yes.
Not going to waste your time with the whole intro. I'll introduce who we are later on. Baby, what's up? What is it?
It's red flags in relationships.
I see some of y'all.
Yeah.
I got my eye on you. It depends. Is it just like relationships as in having a relationship with somebody, or is just in general?
Any kind of relationship. Can be parents, can be friends, romantic. Shoot. Any type.
Any type.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, it depends what a red flag is for every person. You know, sometimes cheating is a red flag. To some people it ain't. It's different for everybody. Mm-hmm. But if you could explain what a red flag is in relationships, what would it be?
For me, the first red flag, if I'm thinking about having a relationship with somebody, is how they treat their parents. If I date a guy and I see he's very disrespectful with his mom, I know I'm next. So that's the first red flag I look into, how he treats his parents, his siblings, his friends. Like if he takes care of his mom and his dad, you know he's going to take care of you. Like, so that's my first red flag. And the biggest one, of course, is cheating. But that's for me, it's typical. Like everybody should know, except if you're in an open relationship, that cheating is wrong. So
I even think an open relationship comes with rules, right?
Yes.
I even think that sometimes in a monogamous or a polyamorous relationship, how I view at it is, I think a polyamorous relationship has more agreements and I almost said contracts as agreements and conversations and agreements that they make about how things should be discussed, how things should be approached. But me personally, it's just a red flag for me is when you know what the morals are of the specific person and you do something against it that you know is going to be hurtful, or just when things are not discussed and expectations are invented or somehow expectations are made. And then when a person gets something or something happens, that they get angry at each other while it's never been communicated in the first place.
But is that not more lack of communication?
Lack of communication is a red flag itself. That means both of y'all haven't found a way to communicate with each other, how to be clear of what you want in a relationship or what the other person wants in a relationship, and how y'all can fulfill each other on that. Because if you're gonna assume, it's kind of true. If I can compare it to it, it's like you said, if you see how a man treats his parents, is how he's gonna treat you. That's how you kind of view it.
Yeah, but I would say lack of communication is something like that you discover while dating, and like, oh, he has a different way of communicating than I. We have to see what fits us. I wouldn't say that is a particularly a red flag. A red flag is if I, hit you, or like I'm aware of things, but I don't want to change it. Like if I'm bad towards my mom and I beat her every time we have an argument and I'm dating with you, and you see that, I'm aware of me beating her, but I don't want to change it.
I mean, it's different for everybody. That's what it goes back to. Because let's just say both of you come from a bad parenthood, so your relationship won't work. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to treat your partner badly, because there are many people that come from darkness and happen to carry the biggest light you ever could think of when it comes to them. But sometimes it's the fact that you give and you give and you give and you get nothing in return. You're going to take a step back and really reflect on what you want in a relationship, because not everything that it's bad. Like, you can take something positive or something negative, but you can never take something negative out of something that's positive. So with that being said, how I look at it is the fact that lack of communication, and take as much time as you can, because I think everybody in a rush hour recently about having everything perfect, like honeymoon phase, like it's addicting, and some people, when relationships get real, and I'm not specifically talking about just romantic relationships or whatnot, even friendships, like at the beginning, it clicks, it's perfect, y'all laughing all the time. The moment that something hits, all of a sudden y'all want to take a step back. Nobody wants to say anything. And I'm just like, especially for people of our age, so to speak, I'm like, this ain't high school anymore. Like, speak up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why y'all doing that? It's like, it's weird to me. It's like, y'all got a mouth to speak. So if you can gossip, you can definitely say what's up.
Yeah, but I don't think everybody is that vocal. Like, I remember I worked at a place where it was very toxic, like a lot of gossips, a lot of backstabbing and stuff. And I remember that there was this girl who was wearing a cute dress and people were gossiping about her. And she told me, like, I don't like confrontations. I walk away from them. I'm avoided. So not everybody is very vocal. If something happens, that they will say it straight away. So I think that's more your personality. I get where you're coming from, but not everybody is like us that we would say straight away what's wrong.
It's something that I have to get used to, because I'm like, maybe because I'm a man. And no, it got nothing to do with men. I know a lot of men that don't dare to say what they have to say. Anyway.
Question though. What is the biggest red flag that you've experienced?
Hey. The biggest red flag I've ever experienced.
Yes.
I guess is using your issues, whether they're mental or physical or whatnot, using that as an advantage to not to do anything in a relationship. Right. As in, you have a mental issue that you deal with, or you have something, you take a part of your personality. And so I'm not even going to mental issue. How about this? It's like when you take a small, or you not small, but you take a fraction of your personality, and you make it all about that's who you are, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? It either can be, let's just say, if you suffer from, I don't know, dissociative identity disorder, or if you suffer from bipolar disorder, whatever, that you make that part of you all about who you are. So it's like, have pity for me because I have this and do that, and you don't do nothing about it. That to me, and it don't matter who it is, that frustrates the out of me. Like, it really frustrates me, because everybody has issues, right?
But is it, sorry that I interrupt you, but is it like they tell you, like, yo, I have this, you have to consider it, or
no, not at all. Because this is the thing. So let's just say we get along because we like several things. We like to eat the same foods. We like to hang out at the same places, all of that stuff. Then you feel comfortable enough to tell me, yo, I don't want to crash the party or whatnot, but you know me for quite a while. I think I might as well tell you this, because just in case we're having a good time and I'm not doing well, it's because of this, this, and that. So he's just, if somebody's being transparent to say, this is a part of me, but don't forget how much we have in common. You can't put that in the same perspective as religion, so to speak. You either gonna look for what you have in common, or you gonna look what the complete opposite is. And that's exactly what I'm referring to. Everybody has mental issues in some capacity, but doesn't mean that that's just who you are. Whether it's mental issues, whether it's sexuality, all of that. Like, a red flag for me is like, okay, I know that's a part of you, but what else are you? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like me saying, well, my name is Ruben, and I don't know, I'm a married man, and that's all you know about me. Damn, boy, you like to eat? You like to play soccer? Do you like to box?
Oh, he likes to eat food, yeah.
Who doesn't? It's getting expensive lately, but I'm still going to spend anyway.
Inflation's killing us.
Inflation is a huge red flag.
Yes. No, I think my biggest red flag that I like men that has red flag only in my books. I don't like it in general, just to be clear.
She warned you.
The biggest red flag for me that I've experienced was gaslighting.
That's the biggest?
Yes.
I think it's kind of relatable
to what?
It's like everything is your fault.
Yeah, like, or if you tell how you feel about something, or you give an explanation why you don't like it, it's all of a sudden, oh, you're playing the victim, or oh, it's not that bad, oh, you're exaggerating. Like, they don't take your feelings seriously.
Like, your feelings are not valid.
Yes.
Like, mine goes above you.
Yes, yes.
Nah, man, nah. If you do that, I'll pen slap you. Nah.
I'm sorry that you feel that way. Like, you're taking the responsibility and everything.
How can you feel sorry for saying... There's some in these sentences that are not sentencing with me. Like, how do you say, I'm sorry, how you feeling? Apparently you're not sorry for how the person is feeling. So why would you say something like that?
Yeah. I'm sorry you feel that way. So it's like, oh, I made you feel that way, but I'm going to put it on you. Because it's not my fault. It's your fault you feeling that way.
That's the most logic thing I've ever heard. I'm sorry, you feeling that way, I'm putting on you. The person is already telling how the person's feeling.
Yeah.
Common sense. Eh? Have you lost your nuggets?
Like the blame, you shove the blame off you. I think that's the biggest red flag, because people will do that. They can do anything to you. And just shove the guilt back to you.
I agree to that. This is something that we also learned in a recent time. You know, we've been taught most of our lives that ego and pride are kind of the thing that protect us. And now you realize that actually that's the thing that actually blocks you from having everything positive come towards you. And it takes time to get used to that. So when somebody tells you they have a red flag and whatnot, if you put effort in it, it's just going to make people, the fact that you want to help yourself first, is just going to motivate people to help you in return. But if you just say, I have a red flag, and you expect me to be okay with it and just deal with it at the same time, like, I'm not going to do your work for you. You know what I'm saying? So, because the only person that you're blocking the growth with is your ass. Not me, you. Because I can walk out whenever I feel like it. You, not so much, you know? So that's why the honeymoon phase in the relationships and friendships and whatnot, somebody always looking towards when everything is perfect, and they get addicted to that type of thing. That's why you see a lot of people jump from relationships to relationships, because they cannot deal with the realistic side of it.
I think it's more the excitement, because of course the first period of your relationship, everything is new, everything is fresh, everything is excited, you know, and you get the adrenaline rush and stuff like that. And then when it comes down, because every relation settles at a moment where you have a flat line, they're like, oh, I'm bored. No, there's somebody better out there for me. Oh, this is not what I expected, and this and that and that. And then they're going to look for the next person, and then the cycle starts all over again. And that's how it usually goes.
Sure. So if I understand correctly, all of you are treating relationships like food. Is that why you all want to go? So the moment is not fresh, y'all throw it in the trash.
I think a lot of people, and I'm not saying everybody, but I think a lot of people in this generation wants to have drama and all those bad things in the relationship.
And watch Netflix.
Or a toxic relationship, because it's excited, it keeps you on your toes, and you know, all that stuff. So I see a lot of people who actually, when they went from a toxic relationship to a healthy one, they say, nah, this ain't for me. It's too boring. I want some drama. I want some action. I want to be, you know.
Y'all been watching way too much soap operas.
telenovelas.
So problem is being healthy. And this is what I'm confused about. Y'all, like, something didn't click right. Like, the system in your head ain't systeming as it's supposed to be. I don't know if that's a sentence, but you get my point. What I tried to understand is you have...
Sorry.
Are you?
Go ahead.
One thing I don't understand is y'all expect to go to this horror movie. Let's take Michael Myers, for example. And you expect Michael Myers to treat you like Spider-Man. Does that make sense? I don't know. Like, this is the best example I can come with, just in case the people who are not as knowledgeable get the point of view. Like, y'all have this unrealistic ass expectations that I just go, where do y'all come from?
I think a lot of TV has to do with that, or social media. Like, you know, you see on social media, even though social media is never real, guys. Like, it's like...
I know y'all watching us on social media, not real.
It's like, you know, you see this perfect couple, the guy that brings his gold flowers, chocolate every week, goes on expensive dates, gives her, I don't know, Gucci bags and all those stuff.
That happens every 3 months.
And then at the end of the day, behind the cameras or behind those TikToks or whatever.
That's a whole lot of Jada stuff going on in that.
They are in depth, you know what I mean? So, yeah, so don't always believe what you see. And I think if some things are romanticized, people are like, I want this right now.
Yeah, you put a whole perspective on till death do us part. And not death anymore, until death do us part. With a whole perspective on that one. But yeah, you're right. It is what it is. I think people really have to stop comparing. And it's funny you mentioned television. The word itself is telling you something. You're not full aware. It's tell a vision. So whatever vision you got is going to be blurred away because what you've seen is literally something that they said that's what love is, or that's what love's supposed to be. And everybody has a different love language. And eventually you learn that love language for somebody. Nobody woke up, no baby came out saying, this is what my love language is. That's not how it goes. Everything has been taught to us because when we came here, we all positive. That's why everybody wants to hold us and stuff.
You want to hear a deep thought? Somebody told me your love language is something that you lacked from your parents or your childhood.
It depends because from my perspective was saying I love you didn't matter as much.
Yeah.
It didn't matter as much. But what they did is how they proved they loved you. You know, it says love goes without saying it, which is not true, you know, but you also have to reflect on how the love language was on that one, you know, because in the Black culture, for example, you have a lot of parents that whoop your ass and talking about, I'm beating you because I love you.
Yeah. Do you know?
I guess the slave masters loved us really much back then. I'm going to get canceled.
What?
Don't care. Anyway.
No, but I mean, like, back to the topic. When I was younger, I thought what I saw on television was love. And then I grew up and I wanted to be an actress back in the day. And I was on theater school and then you get scripts and all those things. And I'm like, yo, this ain't romantic at all. Behind the scenes what you see on television.
Trying to read Greek mythology and see what happens. Zeus was a very lovable father.
No, but I mean, like, you're an actor. Yeah. You know, like, those romantic scenes.
Yeah, like Titanic.
Yeah.
That's the most selfish woman I've ever seen in my life.
Very bad scene. That you explain me a lot, like that you see the hand like that. And
trust me. Those sex scenes or love scenes or whatever y'all watch is the most uncomfortable thing ever. There are like 30 people just watching you like this. You're not going to feel comfortable. At least I wasn't. I know I had my experience. You had to come and see me. Shoot. But I'm not going I'm not going full on details with this one. I'm just lucky that I married this woman that's understandable. Because boy, I was out there trying to misunderstand myself. Do I really want this?
Is it clear though?
Is it really clear, Cora?
I'm sorry, guys. We're a bit in a goofy mood today.
Again, this always happens in the house. I don't know why she apologizing. Sometimes it's even worse.
Yeah.
But however I put it is like this. Just understand that just because you have a red flag, this shouldn't be permanent. You know, there's some things.
That's not a red flag, because if you do something that you're unaware of, you will change it.
Yeah.
That's not a red flag. I would not say that's a red flag. That's just a bad trait that you just figured out and like, oh, I need to change it. But a red flag is really that you know it and you're still doing it.
Well,
it's, for example, like, I cheat on you. I know it's bad, but I did it. Yeah? Mm-hmm. You figured it out. Well, you come to me, you say, Shana, I know you cheated. And I start crying, and I was like, baby, I love you. I would never do it again. I promise. I swear on my life. Please forgive me. And you think, you know what? I've invested so much time and effort in this relationship, in this marriage. I will forgive you this once. If you never...
Watch me leave.
If you never do it again, and then the next day I do it again. You know?
That's the most obvious version of red flags.
Yeah.
Okay? But I'm saying that not every red flag is supposed to be permanent. You can actually change it. There are a lot of people. I'm going to take a really corny example. Somebody who's addicted to drugs, so to speak. You know, it's a red flag.
That is mental.
Yeah, but some things can be fixed and some things can't. That's why I say not every red flag is supposed to be permanent. Because if you take, for example, somebody who's addicted to drugs may love you, but is not going to do what he's supposed to do, and might not apologize. But if you see his behavior change towards you and he apologizes, you see the effort and whatnot till a point that stuff doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, but then he puts effort.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. A red flag can become a green flag. It just depends which one.
And I'm sorry, but if you're going in a relationship with an addict, you will have to know that it's going to be heavy. It's going to be heavy. It's going
to be heavy, but that's why they probably won't tell you at the beginning.
No, but I think if you were in a relationship, you will kind of figure it out really quick if somebody has an addiction to something.
It can be addiction to anything, but the way I look at it is just a red flag sometimes is all based on choice.
I have a question as a man, right? Is watching adult movies a red flag?
It depends. I mean, you can watch it in a very educational way. Because I know to satisfy a woman in bed, nigga. Oh, that's all I'm saying. So put it that, it's probably draw the... Sorry, it came out of me. Can't help it. Probably it's a red flag. Doing so to me is adult movies are not real sex. So it depends who watches it. I know the times I encountered it, seeing that, and not specifically by me. You got to understand that the stuff has been exposed to me at a very young age, and that's really bad if you're a child. So seeing that can be a red flag, can become a red flag, or somebody tells you to watch it in an educational way, and it's been discussed in a couple, so to speak. Then yes, because there are a lot of women out there that come with the weirdest fantasies I never seen before, and they are the ones that show me all kinds of categories. Oh, y'all ain't gonna play that innocent stuff with me. Let's not go to the top. Yeah, but so to me it depends. It's the same thing if people say, oh, if your wife likes another dude's photo or whatever, is that a red flag? Me personally, I don't think so. If I know the guys or the type of people that she's liking, that's cool. For example, what I do in a relationship or in my marriage, so to speak, my wife knows every female that I talk to or I had a friendship with, because she's the one that will tell me right away, okay, she's cool. Her, watch out. her. If you say hi to her, I'm gonna kill her. And that's what happened. And I expect the same thing from her. So it's just that transparency is super important. And a lot of people view that in a marriage as, is it a red flag to have friends of the opposite sex? Which we might talk about this next time.
I think that's for part 2.
It's for part 2?
Yes.
They would do part 2 then.
Yeah.
They would do part 2.
Yeah, I think the next one is going to be part 2 because I don't think we are finished talking about this.
Nope.
So for now, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Especially if you want to hear us talk about some topic, let us know. And we will see you next time.
Hey, brother, please hit the notification bell. Please. All right, take care, guys.
Bye.